In this video, I'm going to talk about the similarities and differences between my 2020 Sitting Scarecrow and my 2018 Sitting Scarewitch. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Welcome back to Halloweird, where Halloween is everywhere. If you guys are new, feel free to hit that subscribe button, as I am trying to get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And without any further ado, let's move straight on to the video. Just like the first episode of comparisons, I have two props in front of me, both of which are very similar. I'm going to talk about those similarities and dive a little bit deeper and get into their differences. So without any further ado, I definitely don't want to leave you guys waiting. So let's jump straight on to the similarities between the Sitting Scarecrow and Sitting Scarewitch. Here I have my 2018 Sitting Scarewitch, retailed for $199.99 in Canadian and was sold for only 1 year, and that being, of course, 2018. And on my right here is my Sitting Scarecrow. This is the 2020 model. He came out in 2016 and is still returning every single year to this day, retailing at the same exact price up until, I want to say, 2020. I think it was 2020 when his price dropped. Now, there is no denying that these props are extremely similar. It is the same exact concept where you put your hand in the bowl when there's candy in it and their head pops up, of course, scaring you. Now, going off of first impressions, the only thing that really differentiate these two props are their character. One is a scarecrow and one is a witch, but it goes a little bit deeper than that. Now, one first main thing that I noticed when I am differentiating these two props are the fact that the Sitting Scarecrow does not have any form of lighting, as for the Sitting Scarewitch, which has light up eyes. The Sitting Scarecrow has a burlap sack over his face, and a fun fact about the Sitting Scarecrow is the mold that is under this burlap sack is actually the exact face sculpt of the Resurrection Mary. You can see a photo of her on the screen right now. I'm pretty sure it is the right prop. I'm pretty sure it was the Resurrection Mary. Either way, he has a burlap sack on his head and he doesn't have any form of lights. As for the Sitting Scarewitch, which has these white light up eyes, which really do add a really cool factor to the prop. Now, the reason I like having light up eyes in props is purely because when they are set up, of course, it being Halloween night, it is very dark out. So if you don't have an extra spotlight, the Sitting Scarecrow can be extremely hard to see, if not impossible to see. The Sitting Scarewitch, no matter where you put her, whether you have lighting set on her or not, you'll be able to see her as these plastic heads do illuminate and almost glow in the dark due to the light up eyes. So that is one huge thing that I do notice, is really the detail. The Sitting Scarecrow does have a lot of really cool aspects, like the straw and the burlap sack with the rope tied around his neck, but the Sitting Scarewitch has an entire face sculpt painted and has lights in her eyes. Now, by no means is that me saying that I picked the Sitting Scarewitch over the Sitting Scarecrow, as this not only is not the purpose of the video, but also if you were to ask me to pick between the two of them, I don't think I could actually give you an exact answer. Both of these props do have very cool characteristics to them, but also can be very similar, so it's very difficult to pick what prop I like more. Now, another thing that I do notice about these props are the attention to smaller details. Now, off the bat, the face of these animatronics look great. The clothes looks great. The little aspects that they both have, the little characteristics that they both have are all great. But when I say small attention to smaller details, I mean things like the fact that there's no Velcro holding the Scarecrow's hands. The Sitting Scarecrow doesn't have any Velcro because he was made in 2016 and he's just an older prop. After having them for a couple years and making multiple variations of Sitting Scare props, Spirit Halloween came up with the idea of having Velcro put on the bowls. Sorry, I was mistaken. Techie Toys, not Spirit Halloween. Now, that definitely does add a little bit of weight to the Scarecrow, as on Halloween night, with that violent animation of him popping up his head multiple times over the span of one night, the odds of his hands falling off of his lap is very likely. As for the Sitting Scarewitch, having the Velcro holding her hands to the bowl, it's almost impossible. Now, once again, that is not me saying that I picked the witch over the Scarecrow. It may sound like in this video that I am saying the witch is better, but that's not really what I'm getting at. The witch is 2 years newer than the Scarecrow, so I would expect more from her. But that doesn't make her better. I am just listing the differences between these two animatronics and to kind of just teach you guys what I've noticed over the span of having them for multiple years. Because when I first got both of these props, my initial thought was they're the exact same prop. They are just different characters. One is a Scarecrow and one is a witch. That's the only difference that these two have. When really it goes a lot deeper than that, because you have smaller attention to detail, like the Scarecrow has a burlap sack and doesn't have any light up anything, as for the witch, which has light up eyes, and then the witch has Velcro on her bowls, as for the Scarecrow, which doesn't. Another thing, the Scarecrow has feet and the witch does not. This is just a dress that drapes down to the ground. There is absolutely no legs on this witch. That's just the way she was made, because she's wearing a dress. That being said, I definitely think that this video is coming to an end. I've listed a couple of the similarities, of course, being the fact that that she is a reskin of him. Their animation is the exact same along with their price, but I've also listed a couple of the differences. The fact that there's Velcro on the witch's bowl, the fact that the witch has light up eyes, etc., etc. Now, that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is the second episode of comparisons. I haven't made a lot because not only do I not have too many props to compare, so it's not going to be a large series. The main reason is just because it is not a series that is super popular on my channel. It is not content that is really grown, but I still enjoy making these videos, so I want to keep the comparison episodes going. So if you guys enjoyed this video, consider hitting that like button and subscribe if you want to. It is completely your choice. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.